Hey guys, Legendary Grimlock here, and today we have another surprise matchup as I promised. Ancalagon versus Godzilla Earth. The biggest dragon versus the biggest Godzilla. Let's begin here, and I'm going to keep it brief here with Godzilla Earth here, and it's going to be a little bit short, sweet, and simple, right? So Godzilla Earth is elite solar system to complex multiversal. Now, in no way, shape, or form does he scale to the full power or the true state of Void Ghidorah, which can actually get to things like hyperversal and stuff like that, maybe even outer if you really want to go there. But the Avatar state, more or less, without the Eggs of Eye, Godzilla was still able to tank attacks or at least harm a higher dimensional being, even if it was weakened here. You see, Godzilla Earth was able to destroy countless, and I mean countless, of Ghidorah's black holes, which again are already in the solar system level department, with Ghidorah's black holes actually confirming to be, well, get this, real black holes. I know, shocker, right? So, Godzilla Earth has a plethora of hexes and abilities. These hexes range from his atomic breath, his, I believe his red spiral ray, or his red ray, red atomic breath or whatever. You also have his oscularity wave, which can actually turn into like this highly pressurized wind attack and just destroys everything. He also has his sweeper version, where he's able to, well, just swing his tail around and just engulfs everything in this sonic wave that just devastates everything here. So, yeah, I think that would definitely cover Godzilla Earth's capabilities, with him being in the complex multiversal department, scaling to a much weaker version of Ghidorah, with pretty much the avatars of Ghidorah, even in his weakened state, are still capable of having not only the massive black holes, but still being in that higher dimensional state here, albeit it's a bit more tangible. Keep in mind here as well that Ghidorah was able to destroy the universe in the future, and it was able to bend time to such a degree, right, that he was able to kill people before they even realized that he was able to kill them. Like, before they even like, you're dead before you even realize you're dead, is what I'm trying to say here. So it's absolutely ridiculous with all his capabilities here. So again, him being able to destroy universes, being able to go beyond, obviously time and space, being able to bend fourth dimensional levels, be able to, destroy entire universes, even destroying universes before they even realized it, and Godzilla was able to destroy him, or at least, destroy his avatar form once it was weakened. Then you also have the sheer fact that he was able to destroy the Gorath, which was going to destroy the entire Earth here. And again, you also have the capabilities, like I mentioned earlier. You also have these things called the, the Godzilla Phyllis, which also live on his body. Each of these Phyllis are capable of just ragdolling, like, basic military weaponry, or at least in the anime's version of basic military weaponry, where they have things like macer tanks, things like active city-like weaponry, like the Mechagodzilla unit, as he was able to beat that. And in the novels, which I guess is the biggest update to this video, Godzilla Earth was able to defeat Mothra, Anguirus, Varan, and Baragon. I do believe there were other monsters that were mentioned in the novel. Hold on, just let me check for a minute. Yeah, I think, yep, okay. Anguirus, Mothra, Baragon, Varan, I guess Rito. Was that Ritosaurus? I didn't know that was here. But, yeah, sorry about that. I had to just check and make sure I had everything there. But yeah, he was able to defeat these three monsters, and Rodan as well. That's the one I'm looking at right now. It wasn't Ritosaurus, who is getting a video, by the way. Ritosaurus is getting a video. So in conclusion, and I think this is pretty simple here, because I explained this in my last video with Godzilla Earth versus Godzilla Ultima: low end solar system level, high end complex multiversal. Alright, so without further ado, we're going to go into the Black Dread and Ancalagon. Now, it's been a while since I did Ancalagon, and I've had some time to really freshen up on my Lord of the Rings, power scaling and lore here. They are they're pretty powerful. Now, Ancalagon would actually be one of the strongest people in the verse here. I definitely think top tier here, as he would scale above Morgoth's army, which consisted of the Balrogs. The Balrogs are confirmed to be equal and were able to go toe-to-toe with the Ainur. Now, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm going to pronounce it as that, the Ainur. Now, the Ainur are able to exist in a timeless void here. They were able to go toe-to-toe with the Balrogs in this void, and they were shaking it. So this entire species, right, would be in the complex multiversal department, with Ancalagon being able to surpass that level of power. Keep in mind, the Balrogs as well were also capable of pushing back on Goliath. Goliath is I would definitely say, a high universal to possibly low multiversal entity. Now, the reason why I would say that is because Goliath was able to consume the light of the two, I think it was the light of the two towers, which were able to create all the stars and constellations in the cosmos. So basically, the literal embodiment of all the light that they have in their entire verse. So I really do think that should be around the universal department. Keep in mind, Ancalagon, even at a lower end, would be around the solar system levels, as Ancalagon was able to go toe-to-toe with Arendelle, who had the power of sun jewels. Now, these sun jewels, and if I remember them correctly, were, again, containing the power of 3 stars, and were enchanted by, I believe, one of the wizards. I don't think it was Gandalf. I think it was somebody else who did it. Again, I have to look it over, and I have to make sure I get the wizard's name right, but let you know they were empowered by a very powerful magical being within the Lord of the Rings verse. So, with that being said here, his low end would be solar system, or maybe even the higher ends of solar system, to complex multiversal. So, as I said in previous videos, this is actually pretty close here. And what's funny about this is, you know, not a lot of people really think that. Like, Godzilla Earth versus Ancalagon is very, and I mean very close here. It's very possible that, you know, Godzilla Ultima would probably get stumped by Ancalagon even in its true form. But hey, don't attack me for that. I'm just saying here. So with both characters being in a close power level, or at least on the same tier, it only comes down to who did it better. You know, Godzilla Earth or Ancalagon. And while I do love Godzilla Earth, and you know, he did his thing in the anime, his problem is he doesn't directly scale to the enemy that gave him this, I guess you could say, gave him this tier. He doesn't scale to the full power of King Ghidorah. But you might say, oh, well, you know, he's a higher level entity and stuff like that and so forth. But yeah, okay. But the thing is, Ancalagon, you know, was basically beaten and worn out before he died. You know, he was going back and forth with Arendelle. It took days, all right, days to just kill this big behemoth of a dragon. And they're pretty much similar in size, with Ancalagon being able to hold mountain peaks in his hand, even falling down and crushing 3 mountain peaks. He died because of the magical, you know, energy combined with the sun jewels. Again, 3 stars put into 3 different jewels, enchanted in a magical sword, and he took hits from it repeatedly over and over and over again. And then you also have, right, you also have the fact that he scales above on Goliath. I know that's one of the more contentious things in Lord of the Rings, but again, if you look at it like this, it's pretty simple. The Balrogs pushed back in Goliath. The Balrogs are also a part of Morgoth's army. The Balrogs lost to the army that were also being, you know, magically enchanted and stuff like that. And then he unleashed Ancalagon, who was decimating the army until Arendelle arrived. And keep this in mind, a lot of the creatures in Lord of the Ring do scale to each other. Some of these Lord of the Ring monsters and animals pretty much have like universal to multiversal attack potency. And Ancalagon is one of the top tier monsters in the verse. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Even dragons like Gorang, who has a telepathic, I should say, sorry, telepathic power to control someone like Gandalf and stuff like that, even controlling higher dimensional beings and stuff like that, is weaker than Ancalagon. And I may have to make a Gorang video at some point and definitely get him in a versus matchup. So yeah, definitely expect that. But overall here, yeah, Godzilla Earth is, I would have to say he loses here. I definitely think he has the hexes and range capabilities plus the durability, but Ancalagon is stronger. I would definitely say he's faster, more mobile, I should say as well. And I think his magical durability definitely hands him a comfortable win here. But again, high difficulty. But hey, that's going to be all for today, you guys. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Peace.